So, first thing you want to think about is you're going to lay a box in there, right? So we're going to do 3 objects. So, think about the size of this area. Now, you don't have to fill the whole page up, right? You can do the border. If you want to border it, say, okay, I want a little line over here, maybe a line over here, probably working maybe here or here in this area. Okay, I'll just do it lightly in case I want to break the border. It just depends on how you want to work it out. But with that, I want to create my objects large enough where I can work with them with this tool first, okay? But then I also kind of want them to kind of fit within this area. So if I do a rectangle, I'll probably put it down here somewhere, a large rectangle. It'll take up a lot of that space. So what's happening is that the sandwich, we want it large enough and low where it's going to be closer than everything else. So I'm going to put another right angle above it, like that, and just connect my diagonals. So I'm going to start with this one. Remember, make those parallel. 1, 2, come out here, 3. And then parallel your horizontals, 3. Alright, now no perfection here at all whatsoever. We're just getting this laid out, right? Okay. Now wherever I want my cylinder, my cup, remember we need some kind of a eye level line. So I usually take the paper, put a little hatch line there if you want, or draw a line across. Just give us an eye level line. This tells us, can we see the inside of the cup or not? So if the cup's below the eye level line, yes. If it's above, no, we can't see inside. All right, because the eye level is where the viewer, we're making the viewer look. My cylinder's up here. We'll drop some vertical lines. It's going to be up here like that. I'm not really going to see the top, so I got like this, a little bit of a curve, because we're right here, boom, boom, boom. Could be a melon. So we want to make it kind of related to the size of the cup. So maybe like this. Just ghost one in there. Don't worry about overlapping right now. Just ghost it in there. Put your orange in there. Ellipse. Let's do an ellipse shape and curve underneath. Let's do an ellipse and curve underneath. Now at this point, you want to look at your layout, okay? And do you like the way these objects are making your eye move through this? Do you need anything else in there? You know, some people might want, I might want like a, a window back here in the corner or something. Kind of help go zigzag through it. Plus this will give me a place for a light source. So I'll put a piece of a window back here on that back wall. Because maybe this line back here, everything behind it is just a flat surface, a flat wall. What do? You can put whatever you want in there, right? You can put something in the window. Maybe if you want. So for now, we're just going to focus on the shapes and change them to form. And which one is in front of the other one? So just kind of rub out the one that's behind the other one. So I'm like, okay, so the box is next to the orange, sliced orange. It's also in front of this orange, but this cup is in front of the orange. So the orange is going furthest back. And my cup, I'm going to change the size. I'm going to angle this a little bit on the outside. Make it a biggie cup. So you're going to tweak things as you go along, right? Then look at your edges. So I'm going to curve the edges of this sandwich. Stay with my diagonals. I might curve the edge for the top of my sandwich. I want to curve that. Let's see, I'll put some drippy cheese hanging off of it for my grilled cheese sandwich. And I'll probably curve the bottom just a little. And that'll go away, that corner, I'll lose that corner. So you can change the shape just by honing the edges of the corners, extending this out a little. Check this ellipse. If you want it sliced, just put a little small ellipse in the middle. Now check this out. Watch this. If I do the little parts of the orange that show up, we'll put a line straight across like this, and this first. Okay. And then I'm going to slice it up. I'm going to slice it like a pie. Angle, 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 and then one more time in between those. Should be enough to convince you that it's an orange. Give you more of an idea it's sliced up. I think the last detail I can do is if my cup is open in the middle, it's open in here, then I'll put me some cubes in here. You really want to build up your layout first, okay? If you like that layout, stick with it. And tomorrow we'll go into some values and work on that, okay? That's all I'm going to do for today. We'll get that started. We're going to leave it about 11 minutes, 10 minutes. Do it. You want to soften these edges up. So you want to kind of take that first thing. Especially you got enough charcoal on there. If you got a heavy hand, you already got enough on there. You're going to find your blending stump's going to give you some advantages. Like here I can kind of put little hatching marks and just kind of move it around. You can pull it sideways, get a fat mark on it. You can do a fill, a gray fill. I want to fill in. So when it comes to charcoal drawing, your blending stump that's a little dirty works better for drawing than a clean one, because you want to dirty it up. Put a little dirt on it, right? Here I'm going to add some value. Throw some value in the cup. Put a little bit here on the orange. Maybe where the drippy cheese is coming down, put some underneath that. And voila, there you go. See how easy that is? Value. Not so hard, right? And here you can come in and say, okay, I really want to define maybe this edge, maybe down here. You can go back and redefine any of those lines you really want to bring back out. Any old computer can record information, but it doesn't have the ability to create like you do. And it never will. It has to be made by somebody else. So if you want your sandwich, have sesame seeds on there, put sesame seeds on there. If you want pickles on top, put pickles on there. You know? How do you want to make your sandwich? If you want to come in and add a little color later, you can add color. I'll show you how to do all that. It's fun. You haven't even touched color yet. So drawing and sketching, you know, it's really, should be relaxing and fun to do and give you some enjoyment in what you're doing. Take your time. If you get frustrated, just get up and walk away from it. Say, you know what, I'm frustrated right now. I can't do this. You know. So go in and sketch up with your pencils. This is what most people want to do at first, see? And this is where I think we miss out on those beautiful gray tones and those values. Because once you start to lay this out, you make changes gradually as you come along. But then as soon as you grab this pencil, you are committed, right? You become committed to those edges and those lines that you're doing. So try to, you know, work lightly, work with the vine charcoal first, here first, okay? Then do your layout and your blending with that vine charcoal, and then you can come back in with the compressed charcoal or the charcoal pencils. All right, and then lastly what you want to do, get you one of these gum arabics, okay, and then erase any highlights or any stray marks you do not want. Go ahead and take that stuff out of there. Corners, edges, like on my cups, I tend not to let my corners show too much on the cups, because I want it to kind of ghost back there. Let the viewer do the work, okay? You don't have to do it all. Let them do it. So, and it doesn't make it look too flat. That's a little advantage. Come in here, put a highlight in here. Boom. Just cut right through. You can cut right through the vine charcoal, because when you do that, it's very soft. It erases very easily because it's just laying on top of the surface. Unlike the 4B charcoal pencil, it digs into the surface a little more. Put a highlight on your fruit back here, maybe. A little highlight there. You can edge out your sandwich. You can lighten some areas in your sandwich. So you don't want to like go around everything. You just want to hit a few things. So those are called highlights. So we'll bring out some of those and really get a, a nice degree of values from dark to light all through there. Now try not to rub your hand across it, or it will smear it. You get fingerprints all over it, and we want to kind of get those out of there too. So any unwanted smudges that you don't want in there, you want to say bye-bye. Bye-bye, smudges. Okay, so what we're going to do, once you get to this point where you say, okay, I think I like this, I'm going to go with this point. All right, then we're going to spray it. All right, so we use some fixative. I just use cheap old hairspray. Okay, now what it does, it gives it a hold so it doesn't smear everywhere. And you can go right back in there and draw right back into it on top of it. But you're going to see what's underneath is going to hold very well. So what I do is take a piece of tape. I just hold the bottom of the page down. Okay, and I'm going to give it a spray. Like that. Very lightly. And I kind of hold it away. I don't want to splatter. So you want to check it in one spot first and then spray. So I want to check it and then I'll spray that. But I'm going to do it outside. Okay? I'm going to spray this outside. Because people have, when you're in a classroom like this, some people have breathing issues and we don't want to mess up their breathing. Okay? So when you get to a point you want it sprayed, let me know. Take your brush, make sure none of it smears around, it's all good and dry. Alright. I need a piece of my compressed charcoal, piece of vine charcoal, blended stump, good piece of eraser. Now, first thing I'll do is block out some of this background. So I'm going to put my line back in here. So we're going to let that fill in, and that background is going to bring us forward some, okay? Cut this window. All right. What I'm going to do next, I'm going to bring some of this light out of this window. So I'm going to bring some of that out and just really show you where's this light coming from and why is it hitting this area. Let's go back to it. Really work that background some. Okay. So working your light source, over your, take this little bold move, but it's also pretty profound the way light cuts through everything. Don't always see it. It's there. Okay. Now the last thing you do is you can come back in and shade some of these things in here. You might just want to keep that way back in the background. I don't want it really standing out too much. Okay. Now at this point you can go in and etch in any details that you want to put in there. All these little details make your drawing a little more interesting at the end. You want to do this last. It's like the last thing you want to do. Even like hatching lines, overlines. Really just makes your art, taking the time to think about it, put stuff in there. You really want to work it up till you get it to like your nice finished sketched out drawing with all these wonderful values in here. You got some extreme lights, you got a lot of medium gray tones in here, simply because of the charcoal, the vine charcoal and the way it blends. And then we've got our extreme darks with our charcoal pencils. So at least we got three good values in here that contrast with each other and really give us a good depiction of what we're trying to portray here. Okay, so pretty fun stuff. So finish it up, and then what I want you to do, don't forget, don't write your name all the way across the top. Just put a little signature under there, or initials. You put your name on the back. You can just do my initials in the year. Okay. And I'm calling this one. Okay, now the last thing we're going to do is we want a mat. Do a mat for this. Let me go get one so I can find. We'll do a border and see how it fits in there, you know. See how you want to border it out. Move over here. This is why I like working on oversized paper. So you can decide on how much you want to shut. So if I feel like this mat's too small, I'll go get a bigger one. So I'm going to. So yeah, I'll get a little bigger mat. And that'll probably work for this one. Finish up like that. Get your frame for it under glass. Just want to put your drawing under glass so it'll last. Okay. Yeah, you wind up trimming any edges and fit it on the back.